Okay, Gizzard Gary again. We are back at the Gun Guys Indoor Range in Ottawa, Kansas, and this is the second range trip with the Taurus TX22. I'm going to try shooting a few more rounds through here and see how everything feeds. Today we'll be shooting the Federal Auto Match ammo, and I've also gotten a couple pointers, as most of you know, on my grip technique, so we'll try to work on that. We'll also work on that mega flinch I was doing last time around. So here we go. Seven yards. Well, so far so good. 16 for 16. Let's put the second mag in. Uh-oh, we have our first problem, a failure to feed. Okay, I went ahead and chambered. And another failure to feed. We haven't worked out all the issues. I can see it did go ahead and chamber, which is something it wasn't doing last time for sure. Okay, well, let's see. And strangely enough, that was the good mag from last time that did that. So let's load them back up and see how we do. Okay, we've got the mags filled again. I forgot to mention that we were able to get 16 rounds in each magazine, and I found out the trick to that. Now, if you look on the sides of this magazine, there are buttons on each side that you can release the tension on the spring. Last time around I was releasing the tension and pulling it down so I could get the rounds in a little easier, but I found out that was causing them to get jumbled. So what I'm doing this time is just leaving the tension on the spring and loading them like you would any other magazine. And I can easily get 16 rounds in doing that. So my bad for loading the magazines wrong, which I thought might have led to some of my feeding issues, but we've had a couple so far today, so I guess let's see how we do. I'm going to shoot at least 100 rounds today, so we'll find out. And here we go. We got all 16 out of that one, but that was one that ran fine last time. Okay. Mag number 2. And we've got a problem. Failure to feed. And it chambered, so. And another failure to feed. And it chambered. That's still one more in. I can't count. All right. So, the same magazine as before had 2 failure to feeds. Not real sure why. Because this is the one that was running the best last time at the range, so I'm confused. But we're going to keep going. Alright, we're loaded up again and ready for trip number 3 through the 2 magazines. So first we'll start with the one that hasn't given us any issues. Yes, I'm shooting at the same target, so groups aren't all that much to be bragging about. I'm warning you right now. I'm more concerned with function. Ammo is filthy. And once again, perfect with mag number 1. Now work this time. Dad didn't listen to me. Failure to feed. And it chambered. There's something wrong with that magazine. Which is funny because it was working fine the other day. And again. And another one. And we're done. 3 failure to feeds on that magazine. I wonder if Taurus if they will just replace the magazines for me, or at least one of them. I'm going to contact them and find out. The gun itself doesn't seem to be the issue, it's the magazines. So we've ran 96 rounds through it so far. I'm going to go ahead and run a bore snake through here just to keep from having FTEs later on. But I'm probably going to shoot about as many more. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording myself at this time, but I will give you a summary of what I get done at the end. And I guess out of fairness, I'll let you see my target. Now, it's not anything to brag about, mind you. See, it's from the Gun Guys. I actually bought one of their targets today. And, well, they're all basically within the circle, but definitely nothing to brag about. So anyway, I will follow up with you at the end. All right, to follow up from earlier today, I continued to shoot. After I went off camera, I shot the rest of the Federal Auto match and ended up running out before I got to 200, so I went and bought a box of CCI mini mags and shot all 100 of those. The first two mags after I went off camera, we had one failure to feed in each. The first time around, the second time around, 2 failure to feeds from one, none from the other. And then the last 3 mags, which was mostly the CCI mini mags, other than one light strike, we had 0 issues feeding the CCI mini mags. So, all told today, we shot 261 rounds. We had 11 failure to feeds all told, 1 light strike, and on that light strike, I fed it back in and it fired. And on all the failure to feeds, all I had to do was pull the slide back and it did go ahead and cycle the round. I didn't have any issues like I had the other day with having to take the magazine out or anything. So, fairly successful range day all the way around. I'm beginning to get a little bit more confident with the TX22. I definitely had a good time shooting it, so hopefully we'll get another chance to do that one of these days, but I just wanted to give you a follow-up and let you know how we did today. So, talk to you later. Thanks to Rich White, the gun-toting pacifist, Ruben Rivera Jr., James T. Seckinger Jr., Jason Stewart, Seven Wonders, Buck Stanley, Jeffrey Flores, and all of my supporters on Patreon.com. I couldn't do this without you. Thank you.